Today we'll learn about quadratic equations and we'll see how it works. Okay. Before we have learned about linear equations, Linear equations. Now in linear equations, we used to get one variable in degree 1. Degree means the highest power of the variable. For example, 2x plus 5 equal to 0 was linear equation. Here the degree is 1 because the highest power of the variable is 1. And in this, we used to get one value of x, which is negative 5 over 2. So the point is, the number of degree will be same as number of solutions, because in linear equations the number of degree is 1, so we used to get maximum one solution. Solution means the values, or we can say roots. Solutions or roots or zeros, all three are same words. So we'll say x equal to negative 5 over 2 is the solution of this linear equation, or root of this linear equation, or zero of this linear equation. Okay. Now in quadratic equation, we have a format. A quadratic equation, general equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a should not be equal to 0. Okay. For example, 2x square plus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Why? Because x square coefficient, which is a value is 2 and x coefficient is 3, so b value is 3 and the constant part is minus 1. So it is perfectly in the form of quadratic equation. Another example, 2x square minus 7 equal to 0. Is it quadratic? So yes, it is perfectly in the form of that, where x square coefficient, which is a, the a value is 2, and in this equation we don't have x value. Okay, it means the coefficient of x, which is b, is actually 0 and c value is minus 7. So it is perfectly a quadratic equation. Now we'll learn further. Let's move on. I hope you have basic idea. Have a look at example 2. First part. Question is, check whether the following are quadratic equations. So we have to check whether this equation is quadratic or not. So first of all, we'll have to simplify and see if it gets into that form. So x minus 2 whole square I break as x square plus 4 minus 4x. I hope you understand. I am actually expanding x minus 2 whole square like this. X minus 2 times x minus 2. So x times x will be x square, and x times minus 2 is minus 2x, and this minus 2 times x is negative 2x, and this minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. So we get x square minus 4x plus 4. You should remember the formula. The formula is a minus b whole square equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, so I have used that, and then plus 1 equal to 2x minus 3. We'll bring all of them on the left side. So we get x square minus 4x minus 2x plus 5 plus 3 equal to 0. So we get x square minus 6x plus 8 equal to 0. So for sure this is a quadratic form. So hence this is a quadratic equation. Okay. Let's do question number 4. Before doing that, you should know one formula, a plus b whole cube. A plus b whole cube, let me write that for you, is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So I will expand that. So x plus 2 whole cube is x cube plus 3 times x square times 2 plus 3 times x times 2 square. I'm just expanding that, plus 2 cube equal to x cube minus 4, right? And then we'll simplify it. So we get x cube plus 6x square plus 3 times x times 2 square will be 12x plus 8 equal to x cube minus 4. And so bringing all of them together, x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 minus x cube and plus 4 equal to 0. So x cube gets cancelled. We get 6x square plus 12x plus 12 equal to 0. So for sure this is a quadratic form, hence this is a quadratic equation. Okay. So before commenting whether it is quadratic or no, you need to simplify it. Okay. Fine. Let's move on to let's solve exercise 4.1. Have a look at question number 7th. So it is again the same expansion. I will do it quickly. We'll get x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8. I'm solving that, equal to 2x cube. 2x times x square will be 2x cube minus 2x, right? So I will bring all of them on the left side. So we get x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 minus 2x cube plus 2x equal to 0. And so we get negative x cube, simplifying x cube and minus 2x cube is negative x cube plus 6x square and plus 14x and plus 8 equal to 0. So this is not in quadratic form. So number 7th is not a quadratic equation. Okay. Let's move on. Have a look at question number 2 first. Question is saying, question number 2 we are discussing. Represent the following situations in the form of quadratic equations. So we have to read the question and represent that situation in the form of quadratic equations. We don't have to solve that. Okay. So we'll do question number 4th. Have a look. A train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance, we need to find the speed of the train. Okay, so let's suppose whatever you have to find, you should start with that supposing. Okay, because we have to find the speed of the train, so we should suppose that speed of the train is x kilometers per hours. Units are very important, guys. Okay, be careful of the units. So speed of the train is x kilometers per hour, and it is traveling a distance of 480 kilometers. So initially, how much time is it taking? So let's find the initial time. Initial time is, time you know is distance over speed, right? So 480 kilometer is the distance, and speed we have supposed is x kilometers per hour. So initial time would be 480 over x hours, right? So that's the initial time. Okay. Then the question says, if the speed had been 8 km per hour less, so if the speed decreases by 8 km per hour, then the time taken would be more. Okay. So the new speed, let me mention that new speed is decreased by 8 km. So it should be x minus 8 kilometers per hour, right? And because new speed has decreased, so new time will also change, right? So let me calculate the new time. So time is distance over speed. Distance is still same, 480 kilometer. And this time the speed is new, and this is x minus 8. So it is x minus 8 kilometers per hour. So basically it is 480 over x minus 8. Let's write it nicely, hours. So initial time was 480 over x, and new time is this. As per the question, it would have taken 3 hours more. So the new time is more because the speed is less, right? So how much more? New time is 3 hours more. So we can write that as 480 over x old time, sorry, new time is more than old time, and old time is less, and that is 3. New time is 3 hours more. So basically this is the quadratic equation. When we solve this, it will come to the quadratic form. So no need to worry. So the question was asking to write down the equation of this situation. So this is your answer. They have not asked us to solve it. We'll learn that later. Okay. Later in the chapter. Good. Let's move on. Now we'll learn about solving a quadratic equation. As we know that, you can see here 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. And because I had told in the beginning, the highest power of this quadratic is 2. The degree of the quadratic is 2. Let me write that. Degree means there would be maximum 2 solutions. If degree is 2, because the highest power is 2, it means there would be maximum 2 solutions. Means there would be 2 such values of x which will satisfy this equation, right? So now the question is how to find that those 2 values. How to find out those 2 values. So there are many methods. First we'll learn first method called factorization method. Okay. So we'll learn that method first. Let me solve that equation. 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So we are learning factorization method. How do we do that? In factorization method, we multiply the x square part and the constant part. So when we multiply, we get 2x square times 1 is 2x square, right? Now my job is to break this 2x square into 2 parts, into 2 factors, such that those 2 factors should add or subtract somehow to get minus 3x. So those two factors I'm showing it here only. One factor could be 2x and another factor could be x. Guys, please understand 2x and x will give 2x square when we multiply, and when we combine them together in addition it will give us 3x. But because we want minus 3x, so we should do some changes. We will use minus 2x and minus x. So minus 2x and minus x gives minus 3x. Okay, and in multiplication we'll get 2x square back. So the point is, you first multiply the x square part and the constant part, and then you break it into two factors such that it adds or subtracts to get the middle value. Okay, we sometimes say it as a splitting middle term. Okay, so I am going to rewrite the equation as 2x square. For minus 3x I will not write minus 3x, I will write these two factors, minus 2x minus x, because minus 3x is the same as writing minus 2x minus x, and plus 1 equal to 0. Now from the first and second terms we can take something common. Let's take 2x common. So we are left with x minus 1, and from the third and fourth terms we can take something common, which is minus 1, and we are left with x minus 1 equal to 0. So we have got this part and this part. Both of them we can take something common, and that common part is x minus 1. So we are left with, in the first part we are left with 2x only, and in the second part we are left with minus 1 only when we have taken x minus 1 common from both. Okay, hope it is clear. Now we have seen this multiplied by that is resulting into 0. Now guys, please understand, when we multiply two stuffs and we get 0, it means that either of the two stuffs has to be 0. Correct? Otherwise we'll never get a product as 0. So understanding that, so x minus 1 is 0, or 2x minus 1 should be equal to 0. And from this we'll get x equal to 1, and from this we'll get x equal to 1 over 2. So we have two values of x, 1 and 1 over 2. So this is called the solution, or you can say roots, or you can say zeros. This is how we solve a quadratic equation by factorization. Okay, let's move on. Let's do one more question using factorization. Have a look at question number 5. We have to find the roots. Finding roots means finding solution of the quadratic equations. So right now we have learned splitting middle term, factorization. So we'll use that method. First we'll multiply this term and this term. So 3x square times 2 will give 6x square. Now my job is to split it into two parts so that we get the sum or subtraction is minus 2 root 6x. So for sure 1x and 1x would be on the separate part. Now we have to worry about 6. Okay, how we can split 6 into two products such that we get that. Okay, so a bigger hint here guys is that somehow we have to use square root of 6 kind of thing. Okay, so I'm sure you must be knowing that any number can be written as, let's say 6 can be written as square root 6 times square root 6. Okay, this you must have learned before. Similarly 4 can be written as square root 4 times square root 4. Okay, so knowing that 6, I will write it as square root 6 times square root 6. So basically 6x square can be written as square root 6x multiplied by square root 6x, right? Will give 6x square. Okay. Now we think their addition or subtraction, should we get minus 2 root 6x? So yes, if I say minus root 6x and minus root 6x, their subtraction will get minus 2 root 6x. Okay. Now these are the two terms which will write it as a splitting term. Okay. So let's rewrite the question again. 3x square. For the middle term, we will not write the middle term, we will write these values because they are same as writing middle term. So minus 2 root 6x I will write as minus square root 6x minus square root 6x and plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. So we have four terms here. We'll take something common from the first and second term. What can we take common? Of course, we can take x common because x is there. Okay. We can take square root 3 common also. How, guys? Because 3 means square root 3 is square root 3. Okay. Let me rewrite this equation entirely so that you understand more. I am writing as root 3 times root 3 x square and minus square root 6x and minus square root 6x and plus, for 2 I will write as square root 2 times square root 2. That helps more. Okay. Now from the first and the second term we can take square root 3 times x common. So what are we left inside? Square root 3 times x minus square root 6 means square root 3 times square root 2. So I am left with square root. That is done. And from the third and fourth terms we can take square root negative square root 2 common, square root 2. So we are left with square root 3x minus square root of 2. Why minus? Because this plus means two minuses. Okay. So we have taken 1 minus common, so 1 minus is left equal to 0. So from this term and this term we can take root 3x minus root 2 common from both of them. So what are we left with? We are left with root 3x minus square root of 2 equal to 0, right? Okay. So either this part is 0 or this part is 0. Anyway, both will give the same value. So we'll get root 3x minus root 2 equal to 0. And so simplifying that, we'll get root 3x equal to root 2. So x equal to square root of 2 over square root of 3. So that is my answer, right? Okay. Let's move on. Have a look at exercise 4.2. Question number 4. It is 2x square minus x plus 1 over 8. So first of all, we'll try to simplify and we'll try to remove the fraction. Okay. Now to remove the fraction, this is 1 over 8. So we'll have to multiply all the terms both sides by 8. See how it helps. If I multiply both sides this entire thing by 8, what we'll get? We'll get 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equal to 0, right? And then we can factorize 16x square and 1, you will get 16x square when you multiply. And 16x square I am splitting as 4x minus 4x. They give 16x square and in addition they give minus 8x. So we'll rewrite it 16x square minus 4x minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So taking common from the first and second part, we take 4x common. So we are left with 4x minus 1. Taking minus 1 common from the third and fourth part, we are left with 4x minus 1. So from this part and this part, we can take 4x minus 1 common. So we get 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0. Anyway, it will give same result. So 4x minus 1 equal to 0 will give 4x equal to 1. So x equal to 1 over 4. So there would be two values of 1 over 4 because we have got two values here and from here. So this case when we have two values but both the values are same. Okay. So basically we have one value only. And that is why we had learned that in quadratic equations we can have at most two values. At most two values means we can get two values, or we can have one value, or we cannot even get one value. Okay. So we'll learn later when we'll get what. Okay. Have a look at question number 5. The altitude of right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. If hypotenuse is 13, find the other two sides. So guys, for that we'll have to make the figure. So this is a right angle triangle question is talking about, and hypotenuse is 13, they have said. So this is 13, and question is altitude of the right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So let's suppose the base length is x. So let's say base length is x. So altitude is 7 centimeter less. So that is x minus 7. Okay. So it is perfectly a right angle triangle. So we'll use the Pythagoras theorem on this. And that gives 13 square hypotenuse square equal to x square plus x minus 7 whole square. Right. And then we'll solve that. We'll solve it very quickly. 169 equal to x square plus, I will break x minus 7 whole square, plus 49 minus 14x. So bringing all of them together, we'll get 0 equal to 2x square minus 14x, and plus 49 and minus 169 would be minus 120. Hope it is clear. So we can take 2 common from all of them, basically dividing all of them by 2. So x square minus 7x minus 60, right, equal to 0. This is again a quadratic form, and we'll do the factorization method. So x square and minus 60, when you multiply, you will get minus 60x square, and you have to split into two parts to get minus 7x. So we'll see, we'll get minus 12x and plus 7x, sorry, plus 5x. Okay, when you multiply you will get minus 60x square, and in addition you will get minus 7x. So these are the two factors. Let's simplify. X square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60, all of them equal to 0. Taking x common, so we are left with x minus 12, plus taking 5 common, we are left with x minus 12 equal to 0. Now from both these parts we can take x minus 12 common. So in the first part we are left with x, and in the second part we are left with plus 5 equal to 0. So this times that is 0, it means either x minus 12 will be 0 or x plus 5 will be 0, right? So x minus 12 0 will give you x equal to 12, and x plus 5 0 will give you x equal to negative 5. Now guys, understand, x was the base length. Base length cannot be negative, right? So negative 5 is not possible. So the only possible answer is 12. So the base side is 12, which is x, sorry, and the height is 12 minus 7, which is 5. So the sides are 12 and 5 basically. Let me write that, 12 and 5. Hope it is clear, guys. Fine. So this was part 1 for quadratic equations. We'll learn the remaining concepts in the next session. Thank you.